You've got quartz watches, you've got automatic watches, but what are the differences? Well, in this beginner's comparison video, I'll be going over all the details of each different type, as well as making a recommendation depending on what situation you're in, so that you can get the best watch for your money. Okay, so when it comes to purchasing a watch, there's lots of different things to consider. There are loads of different brands to choose from, loads of different styles and designs, as well as different mechanisms. And that's what this video is essentially going to cover, because you'll hear that some watches are quartz watches, whilst other watches are considered automatic watches. So in this video, I'll be stacking up how they compare against one another. All of the watches that you'll see in this video are by one of my favourite watch brands, HOLZKERN. These guys make some of the most gorgeous watches made out of natural materials that I've ever seen. I'll talk a bit more about them later on, but for now, let's get into this comparison. First, we'll focus on what's arguably the most popular type of watch for the masses at the moment, which is quartz watches. Just like this one that I've been wearing right now. What is a quartz watch? It's essentially a watch that's powered by a battery. And within its construction, it utilizes quartz crystal. There's more to it than that, but I haven't got time for it in this video. These batteries last a really long time. Eventually, they'll run out of power and then you'll have to chuck another one in, but you get the picture. You can identify a quartz watch very easily by just looking at the second hand. You'll see that the second hand jerks across. It makes one movement every second. And then when you listen to the watch, you'll hear it ticking once a second as well. There won't be any more, mechanical noises coming from the watch. As a result of working off batteries, quartz watches are typically cheaper because batteries are a lot easier to mass produce than the fine works of art that are automatic watches. There are normally less components. Unless you've been a plonker and bought a watch that's terrible value for money, then you'll be spending less on a quartz watch than an automatic one. So aside from the cost, why else are these so popular? Essentially, it's the accuracy and the reliability. Because there's less inside them, there's less to go wrong. You can leave a quartz watch in a drawer for a year, pick it up, look at the time, and it's going to be pretty accurate still. Automatic watches are less accurate in this regard, but we'll talk about them later. And also, people are lazy, they like the low maintenance. Really, you don't have to take quartz watches to be serviced. You might have to change the battery every once in a while, every few years, but normally they're very reliable. And I guess in some cases, it's one less thing for you to worry about. And then there's also the whole shape and size difference. Because there's less going on inside the watch, you can make some really slim quartz watches. And when you put that next to the automatic watches, which require a bit extra space, you can see the difference. And lots of people prefer this, and this could be an advantage if you're someone who's got really skinny wrists, because it lies a bit more flush with your arm. HOLZKERN have got some fantastic looking quartz watches that set yourself apart from anyone else too. All of these are at a very affordable price and offer a unique look that you just won't get anywhere else. These are really a fantastic stylish accessory to own. As you'll see with some of the HOLZKERN watches, they lay pretty flat, but they do have a variety of different shapes and sizes to suit your needs. So really, I'd say that's a very strong set of features that really go for quartz watches. And that's why since the 60s, they've been the most popular choice. So why do automatic watches even exist? Well, let's define what they are first, and then we'll answer that question. Basically, an automatic watch has a mechanism inside it that doesn't require a battery to power it. This is the one with all the gears and bits and bobs inside. And this approach to creating watches far outdates the quartz batteries. This one actually requires continuous movement to keep it ticking. If you left this one for a couple of days without wearing it, in a lot of cases you'll pick up the watch and it will have stopped, and you'll have to manually select the correct time again. Now this type of mechanism is obviously a lot more difficult to make, and as a result, normally automatic watches are at a higher price point than the vast majority of quartz watches. There are a couple of exceptions to this, but normally that's the case. Before I mentioned loads of advantages, you could say, to quartz watches. So what's the advantage of one of these? Well, one advantage could be that in the super long run, one of these might stay in better condition than a quartz watch. The mechanism essentially involves slightly less friction, so if you wanted to pass this down to your grandson in years to come, that might be more possible. Whereas in the super long run, quartz watches will tend to wear out. You can identify an automatic watch in a couple of ways. If it's got a second hand, you'll notice that the second hand rotates a lot smoother. Rather than ticking once a second like the quartz watches, the automatic watches stop at many more intervals, and this results in the second hand having a much smoother movement. And also by sound. Put one of these up to your ear, and you don't really get a ticking noise, you might just hear a little mechanism whirring away. For me at least, I find that a smoother rotating hand on the automatic watches, it's more aesthetic. For me, it's certainly more satisfying to look at. And also, these tend to be heavier, which gives you a bit more of a feel of quality about them. But essentially, the main appeal of one of these things is the horological side. It is quite amazing to look into the backs of one of these watches and see what's going on in there. This has required so much more effort to make, and it's amazing that it doesn't have to be powered by a battery. And you can really have the bragging rights with an automatic watch. Yeah, look at this badass watch, is better than what you've got. But as you can imagine with this kind of system, there are some drawbacks compared to Quartz watches. Obviously, like I mentioned before, you have to keep wearing it or use a watch winder to keep it in time. But also, every so often, automatic movements will need servicing. They're a more high maintenance option, essentially, than a Quartz watch. And in many cases, they are a bit chunkier, which may be an advantage, maybe a disadvantage, depends on your taste. This automatic choice from HOLZKERN is arguably my favorite from their range. It's got the marble face, looks really premium up close, and you have the little open heart design so you can get a peek of the mechanism from the front. The case and the band, really high quality. It's a really nice merging of wood and metal to make this one. I get so many more compliments wearing one of these unique style watches compared to normal watches. If you're looking for that key accessory to take your style to the next level, then make sure you check out the link in the description below. HOLZKERN have got a bunch of different styles. I'm sure there'll be one there that you like. And they've given me an awesome discount code. You can get 15% off one of these by using the code EVERYMAN15 at checkout. That's a big chunk of money to save, so you can get one of these. I mean, they're already pretty affordable. You can get them even cheaper. I've been really pleased with every single one that I've received from HOLZKERN, so I couldn't recommend them more. Make sure you check out them for supporting this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this basic comparison of Quartz and automatic watches. To sum it up, I'd say for the average guy, maybe you're just getting into watches, Quartz watches are the way to go. Super easy to look after, are generally cheaper so you can get more of them, and they do the job just fine. But if you want a bit more of the traditional look and feel, then you can't go wrong with an automatic. They usually have the premium touch about them. Generally, automatic watches tend to be made of slightly higher quality materials as well. And as a result of that, they're normally my watch of choice. Let me know which you prefer down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, hopefully you did, make sure you press the like button. And if you want to see similar guides and tips videos just like this one, make sure you press the circle subscribe button just here. I've got 2 more fun videos for you to watch right down below me there. And I'll see you in the next one of them.